Welcome to HS Game Time, and a tragic start to the high school football season in 2013. The Arlington football team is mourning the loss of one of its players. 16-year-old Tyler Luellen was injured during a scrimmage last week and passed away late Tuesday night. Our sports editor here at the Press Enterprise, David Zink, joins us with more details on this tragic set of events as we lead into week 0 as Arlington plays Chino Hills this Friday. David?
Well, it's something that's gripped a campus. Kids are totally affected by this. It happened last Thursday during a scrimmage at Rubidoux High School where Luellen was the last player in on a tackle, bringing down a Rubidoux player, and after the play came out of the game with an injury, went over to the sideline, and from there things just got worse. He ended up having to be helped by an athletic trainer who was called to the scene, and then eventually hauled or taken away in an ambulance. He lost consciousness, I believe, at the game and never actually regained consciousness. And they actually took him off life support either late last night. And
football, by its nature, is a violent, physical sport, and by all accounts, from what we've heard, nothing abnormal about the contact on that play, correct, on that tackle?
No, from everything I've heard, it was just a regular tackle. He made contact. The pile obviously went to the ground, and when he came out of the game, I think he was claiming injury of some sort. I don't know what. But, of course, everybody's been affected greatly by it. You know, Pat McCarthy, who actually was touched in his own life a couple years ago with, you know, a near-death experience on a football field where he collapsed and had to deal with his own health issues. Obviously, he's better now. Pat McCarthy is, you know, obviously acute to these the worries about these types of injuries and things like that. And you know, but like even he said, there was nothing out of the ordinary that he saw, and it's just a tragic, sad thing. You know, football is a contact sport. Injury does happen in football, much like many other contact sports. It's kind of unavoidable. It's a sad fact, but we wish his family well.
I spoke with one of his teammates at Arlington High School early on Wednesday morning, Robert Alvarado. He said after the injury, they were concerned. They were scared for Tyler, but they knew Tyler had strong will, strong-minded, and they figured in the end he would pull through, so they were absolutely stunned. And as you can imagine, just tragic for the Arlington football team. Robert also went on to talk about Tyler, saying that every time he stood on the field, he gave it 110%, and that's how the Lions will carry out the rest of their season. Every time they get on the field, they will be playing for Tyler, they will be playing in his memory and going 110%, just as Tyler played on the Arlington football team. And we heard he was JV last season, correct? And now he was going to be playing varsity as a junior, as 16 years old.
Well, he was playing in the JV scrimmage when he got injured. So he was kind of, I think, in between. He might play varsity, he might play JV. They bring him up, take him down, kind of thing. But he was definitely well-liked by the team, I know that, and by everybody who I've talked to. Thought he was just an outstanding kid.
And we caught up to the school principal at Arlington High School, as well as the player we just mentioned, Robert Alvarado, to hear their thoughts on Tyler.
Well, we're definitely just really feeling the loss of Tyler. You know, we're never really prepared for something like this, and a lot of our students and staff are really grieving his loss at this time.
It wasn't expected. When we found out about him, that day that it happened, you know, we were scared. But I mean, it was Tyler. You know, he's strong, like strong-willed, strong-minded. And throughout the week, you know, we heard that he was getting better. You know, everything was. You know, he started to breathe on his own. But then they just hit us yesterday with they're gonna pull the plug on him because there's nothing else they could do. You know, we were shocked. It sucks.
So according to Arlington High School, the Lions will play their game on Friday night against Chino Hills as scheduled. And as you just heard from the principal, they will do some sort of acknowledgement to pay tribute to Tyler on Friday night before and possibly during their football game.
We will be following this story very closely over the next 24 to 48 hours, including coverage. We'll have Jim Alexander out at at Arlington's game to gauge some of the reaction and, you know, just basically get into the community, find out what, you know, how things are going there. But stay tuned to HS Game Time and PE.com for all the latest developments in this story. We will keep updating as we get more information And again, our best wishes and sincere sympathy for the family of Tyler Luellen of Arlington High School.